$3 billion. That is how much real estate was tokenized in a single deal in Dubai in year 2025. MAG, MultiBank Group, and a blockchain called MAVryk. All three organizations has came together to put $3 billion of Dubai's most premium real estate on chain. Almost nobody in the engineering and construction have noticed, including myself. So that ends today. I am going to break down exactly what happened, how it worked, and what regulation made it possible, and what this means for every engineer and property developer in MENA. This is not a crypto news, this is infrastructure news, and if you work in property or developer or any construction in the region, this will directly affect your career. Let me start with the facts, because the facts alone are remarkable. MAG is one of the Dubai's largest luxury real estate developers, towers in Dubai Marina, projects in the MBR city, premium residential at top end of the market. MultiBank Group is a global financial institution, one of the world's largest derivatives providers, licensed across more than 16 jurisdictions, which is not just a startup, this is an institutional finance. And blockchain MAVryk is built specifically for regulated real-world asset tokenization, purpose-built, not a general purpose chain repurposed for finance. So in 2025, these three organizations announced a deal to tokenize over $3 billion of MAG's Dubai real estate portfolio on MAVryk blockchain, this is not a pilot, this is not a proof of concept. This is a live commercial tokenization deal we're talking about, which is at an institutional scale and the largest in MENA history at the time of announcement. Here's what most news coverage stops and where we're going to start. MAG's properties were placed into special purpose vehicle, an SPV, a separate legal company created to hold only those assets. The SPV owns the buildings, the tokens represent fractional shares in the SPV. Those tokens were then minted on the MAVryk blockchain, permanent, verifiable, and immutable. Verifiable. My English. MultiBank so far handled the finance and structuring. MAVryk provided the blockchain infrastructure. MAG provided the physical assets. And this shows three parties, three roles, and one deal worth $3 billion at the end. From a construction and engineering perspective, think of this like a project financing. Except instead of one bank providing all the capital, you have infrastructure to raise the capital from thousands of investors worldwide, each holding a verifiable legal stake in a real building. This principle is not new, the mechanism is. The real reason this deal could happen in Dubai and not in most countries right now comes down entirely to regulations. VARA, the Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority, was established by the government of Dubai in 2022. It is a dedicated regulatory body for tokenized assets, one of the most sophisticated frameworks for the real-world asset tokenization anywhere in the world. VARA license provides the platforms and institutions operating in this space, it sets mandatory standards, investor disclosure, anti-money laundering controls, and it gave institution players like MultiBank the regulated, It gave institutional players like MultiBank the regulated environment they needed to participate. Without VARA, this deal does not happen. Let me give you an analogy you will immediately understand. Think of VARA like a building code, but for tokenized assets. Before a building code exists, you cannot safely build. No standards, no enforcements, no accountability, no professional engineer will be able to stamp your drawings. VARA is the building code. And the moment it's credible, a building code exists, professional developers kicks in. So Dubai is not alone. The UAE also has a ADGM, which is the Abu Dhabi global market with its own digital asset framework. In Europe, we now have the MiCA, the Markets in Crypto Assets Regulations, in force across all the EU member states, including Cyprus. This regulatory infrastructure is being built right now, country by country, across the markets wherever you work. Here's what I want to tell you before you walk away understanding from my video. If you are a property developer in UAE, Saudi Arabia, or Kuwait, tokenization is now a viable alternative to project traditional financing. Instead of going to one bank for construction loans, you could raise the capital through global investors and here's what I want you to walk away understanding. If you're a property developer in UAE, Saudi Arabia, or Kuwait, tokenization is now a viable alternative to traditional project financing. Instead of going to one bank to take a construction loan, you could raise capital from thousands of global investors through a tokenized offering. Lower cost of capital, no single approval point, faster access to funds. This does not replace the bank finance, it adds a new tool to your toolkit, and the developers who understand this toolkit will be the first ones to mostly profitable. If you're a construction engineer right now working in MENA, your clients are going to ask you questions about this. They already are. The engineers who cannot answer these questions will lose advisory work. Understanding this tokenization, if you are a construction engineer working in the MENA, your clients are going to start asking you questions about this. They already are. The engineers who cannot answer these questions will lose advisory ones to the one who can. Understanding tokenization at the technical level, you already understand construction, is a genuine career differentiation right now. If you're an investor based in Lebanon, Cyprus, or Kuwait, platforms already make it possible to invest in tokenized Gulf real estate from anywhere in the world with as little as $100. So it means the MAC deal is an institutional proof that assets are being tokenized at a legitimate and regulated. And this shows call to an action that every major tokenization deal that happens in MENA, from this point forward, I will break it down on this channel for engineers, for developers in plain language. Subscribe to me in this channel. If you want weekly digest delivered into your inbox every Sunday, please subscribe to my channel. And then the next video in this series, I'm going to cover how technical structure of a tokenization deal would actually work. Please hit the subscribe in my channel, and I'm going to provide as much as information for all engineers around the world about to prove how tokenization is going to succeed in the coming next 10 years. Thank you everyone. Have a lovely day.